Top 5 interesting stages in the development of Father's Day. Number 1. BC Festivities. Archaeologists have found a clay tablet in the ancient ruins of Babylon which a boy named Elmisu once carved words onto, honoring his father and wishing him good health and longevity. Not only does its presence suggest a festival exalting fathers, its resemblance to the concept of the modern-day greeting card is astounding. Especially when you take into consideration that this relic is about 4,000 years old. The ancient Babylonians built the hanging gardens, developed trigonometry, and pioneered many astronomical concepts we still use today. And quite possibly they were very early innovators of the celebration we call Father's Day. Number 2. Fathers, forefathers, and patriarchs. Christianity swept across Europe and North Africa in the 1st centuries AD leading up to the early Middle Ages, and many local customs and pagan celebrations were incorporated into church holidays, including the concept of honoring fathers. The Coptic Orthodox Church, based in Egypt, was paying homage to fatherhood each year in July on St. Joseph's Day as early as the 5th century. And the Roman Catholic Church has been officially observing the Feast of St. Joseph on March 19 since 1508, though they'd been celebrating it unofficially about 100 years prior to that. The observance is inspired by Joseph, the carpenter who married the Virgin Mary, and honors his examples as the stepfather of Jesus to influence contemporary fathers. Number 3. Birth of an American tradition. St. Joseph's Day, being a church holiday, was never really celebrated in the United States. The U.S. would come to develop a secular holiday for dads, however, and this came about due to the activism of a handful of women more than 100 years ago. And it all started, oddly enough, with Mother's Day. Number 4. A second Christmas for men. Early in the 20th century more than one bill to Congress petitioning a national holiday for dads was rejected, largely due to the fear of the observance becoming commercialized. And while this concept has been previously explored, it most certainly bears repeating. As far back as 1938 the term "a second Christmas" was coined in the retail industry referring to Father's Day. And the merchants who advertised faithfully throughout the years were probably more successful in selling the celebration to the general public than any act of Congress could possibly have been. And while acceptance of the holiday was half-hearted at first, consumer spending for that special day reached almost $10 billion by the year 2010. Number 5. Padres, Pairs, and Vater. The Father's Day holiday has spread all around the world and is observed in well over 100 countries, and while different nations have varying customs the sentiment is always the same. The ancient festival of St. Joseph's Day is still celebrated in many countries such as Bolivia, Italy, Portugal and Spain. And while this is an official church holiday, it's also the day that fathers receive cards and gifts. Interestingly enough, Brazil celebrates their version of Father's Day the second Sunday of August, which is also the feast day of St. Joachim, the apocryphal father of Mother Mary. Canada and the UK observe Father's Day with the US on the third Sunday in June. So do India, where the holiday is still developing with limited participation, and Mexico, where the festivities often get a little wild and include a 21K marathon in Mexico City. Other nations that celebrate their fathers in June but on different dates are Austria, Belgium, Egypt, El Salvador, Haiti, Lebanon, Nicaragua, Syria, and Uganda, among others. Thanks for watching.